Hey, what is up guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. I wanted to outline this cut that I've started because I know I got a lot of questions on it and it's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to hearing about. I'm going to be very upfront and honest and tell you that this is not the most optimal way to lose fat. I'm not going to lose it in the most efficient manner. I'm not going to lose it the fastest, but this will be the most optimal for my life, fitting it within everything else that I have going on, because I'm not going to drop everything and just focus on cutting weight. So hopefully you guys can learn something from this, and I'm going to start this video with the least important aspect and eventually get into what I feel is the most important. In my personal opinion, supplements are the least important factor regardless of what your goals are. Bulking, cutting, maintaining, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Supplements are not necessary at all. And when you hear anyone talking about supplements on the internet, the first question you should ask yourself is this person financially incentivized by this company, or do they have any type of affiliation with the supplement company they're referring to? And in my case, most of you know, yes, I am sponsored by Physique Enhancing Science, and I'm very proud of that. Now, I love the products, but do I think they're absolutely necessary? No. So I will go over the things that I take personally, but I wanted to put that disclaimer in there to let you know that if you don't have the funds, or if the things in the rest of this video are not in check first, then these are not going to be of that much benefit to you. But moving on, and we're going to do this kind of in the same order, the things that I feel are the least important that I take into the most important. ZMA. This is what I would consider a luxury supplement. So I'm very glad they send this to me, but I think there's some confusion around it. I know some people think it's a testosterone booster, which I guess it does have some research behind boosting testosterone, but in my opinion, probably not enough to notice significant muscle gain. And for me, it doesn't even help put me to sleep, but what it does is help me into a deep sleep once I finally fall asleep, and I have very vivid dreams, which is cool because I know that I'm getting a good night's rest, and I do. I wake up rested. Now, is that all due to the supplement? I have no research to back that up, but I do like to take 4 of these before I go to bed. Moving on, high volume. Oh my gosh, I have fallen in love with this supplement, specifically the cotton candy. This is just a pumping agent. There's no caffeine in this pre-workout, and I am not alone on this. This thing is so popular throughout the internet, the Instagram posts that I'm seeing all over the place, and rightfully so. This stuff, it is awesome. I do love this stuff, and from time to time, I don't even have it in this box right now. I will be implementing this supplement probably in a few weeks. I'll show you guys what it is. Alphamine. Now this is actually a thermogenic, and I tried it for the first time when I was in LA. I was tired. We just got done with an expo for, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours, and I was feeling drained, but I had this with the high volume and I had a great workout. Now part of that was probably because I was at Barbell Brigade, but this is just a great combination, and I don't take this all the time, but when I do, it's when I'm drained, and every time I've taken this, it really is a nice pick-me-up. BCAAs, I love these because it suppresses my appetite. You guys know I can just eat and never get full. So it's nice to take these throughout my workout, and I don't think about food at all. They taste phenomenal. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I've never even had the mango splash. I've heard it tastes phenomenal, but I'll show you my favorite flavor. Strawberry Breeze. I know I've talked about this in another video, but this stuff is the best tasting BCAA that I've had so far. Tastes like Bubblicious. Now, like I said, I haven't even got the chance to try this mango splash. I've heard good things. Quick update on the mango splash. Absolutely delicious. Highly recommend it. Genoflex. A lot of you have asked me about this, and I swear by this stuff. And the reason why is because I went through some very strenuous training cycles with Garrett Blevins, and you guys saw all of that leading up to my powerlifting meet. And keep in mind, I peaked multiple times because I ran multiple cycles. And through all of that, I had no joint discomfort. Now, can I credit that all to this? I can't. I can't say that this is the reason that I did not have any issues, but I'm a superstitious person, so the fact that I was taking this and I had no issues means I'm gonna keep on taking this until I start feeling some pain. Up next is Ergonine. This is a creatine product. I would recommend that most people who strength train take creatine because it's so affordable, has a lot of data behind it if you guys want to look into it. Now, you don't necessarily need to take this creatine product, but it does have some pretty cool research behind it. PES went through and picked out the most effective ingredients that they found. And what I really like about this, again, is that it tastes great and I can drink this in the middle of the day when I'm getting hungry, and it suppresses my appetite once again. So I really like these things that taste good and help keep me full. Speaking of tasting good, number one, you guys know I cannot live without my PES Select protein powder. You don't need protein powder, but I love it because it is so convenient. You're obviously gonna need a certain amount of protein, and sometimes you just don't wanna cook all the time, and this makes it so much better because it tastes so. I make so many desserts. You guys have seen all types of stuff on this channel, but I'm so passionate about my PES Select protein. You guys know that. And my number one flavor is peanut butter cup. Number 2 and 3, I go back and forth. Vanilla and snickerdoodle, especially in oatmeal. I just love them. I love the cookies and cream. Those are my go-tos. I don't know that I could actually live without these things. This, in my opinion, is not necessary, but this is something that you're gonna more than likely want to have in your arsenal because there's just gonna be those times where you can't get in the kitchen, you're gonna need some protein, and it's so much easier and typically more cost effective to just throw in a scoop of protein powder. You can't have a cut without cardio, right? And some of you are gonna laugh at this. You're gonna be like, mowing the grass is not cardio. Well, my friends, yes, it is. So for me, I'm a big proponent of letting life be your cardio. I try to make my cardio as efficient as possible. So if I can get 2 things done at once, AKA making my neighbors happy by cutting my grass, as well as burning a few extra calories, and that will be perfect for me. Keep in mind, my sport is powerlifting. My sport will never be cardio more than likely. So I don't need to be good at a specific cardio. I just need a little bit of extra energy expenditure. So that is my philosophy when it comes to cardio. Now, if it gets to a point where I have to add more in, I'd probably do things like the Prowler push or that rowing machine, which is awful, which is why I probably need to do it. But that is kind of my thoughts around cardio. Nothing too crazy here. So for training, I'm of the belief that you should not be changing it based off of cutting or bulking. You should be training in the way that's gonna get you closer to your goals. Now keep in mind, when you go on a cut, the goal should not be to lose as much weight as possible. It should be to lose as much fat as possible while maintaining as much strength as you can. So for me, in powerlifting, there's no way I should be doing 25 to 30 reps of every single exercise just because I'm cutting. Yeah, it might burn a few more calories, but keep in mind, my goal is still to maintain and hopefully even gain some strength. Now, you'll notice that I will be moving from a powerlifting style training to a power building style. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but that is not because I'm going on this cut. It is just because I was ready for a new training method. So that's what I'll be doing. Now, luckily, I will be doing some more volume, so I'll be burning more calories within the gym, but that's just a positive side effect of that training system. I would not be doing that if I was solely set on that powerlifting program that I was doing the past 30 or so weeks. Nutrition, I realize this is a bit anticlimactic, but it's true. That's gonna be the most important part here. So I got the question about 1,000 times already. What are your macros going to be? Here you go. So on days I track, I will be going for 70 grams of fat, 400 carbs, and 200 grams of protein. Now, for me, at least in my opinion, I do not believe that macros matter that much for the average person. And here's what I mean by that. If I go out and have, let's say, pizza, I'm gonna go well over 70 grams of fat. I might go to 100 grams of fat, which means I would just deduct from carbs. As long as I'm getting to this same calorie count, which is around 3,000, I don't think it's gonna make really any difference at all. Now, you can't be extreme about it. You can't only eat 20 grams of protein and add the 180 to carbs. It's really common sense, guys. And one of the reasons I like to shift things around is just so I don't have to overthink things. I don't want to have to build out an equation every single night to get the perfect food. Now, can I? Yes. Do I want to? A lot of times not. And when I said on the days that I count, this is what I'll be hitting, because I'm still going to have at least 2 days a week where I don't count. Now, I'm going to eat sensibly. I'm going to keep my goals in mind, but there's just going to be days, especially around social situations, where I'll go out and I won't worry about it. And I think that that is perfectly fine. And that is why I talked about this not being the most optimal cut in terms of fat loss, but more optimal for life. And that is without a doubt the most important. I am not sacrificing all the things I have going on just to go on this cut. Now keep in mind, I probably live a little bit different lifestyle than you're used to watching on YouTube, but thinking about my busy work schedule, going into different lunch meetings, having different things going on, social events, things that I'm not willing to give up just to have a better physique. Now, do I think I can get good enough without completely sacrificing everything? Absolutely I do, but this is always number one on the list. So before any of those things, life will always come first for me. Now, that doesn't mean it's right. Some people will look at that and say, well, you're not giving it your all. Well, you know, maybe I'm not, but I am doing what's going to make me happy. So I get a lot of questions on that. People saying, well, should I do this and should I do that? And I think the first question you ask yourself is, well, what will make yourself happy? And if whatever you answer, you go with that one. I think that it's pretty intuitive, but I know it can be a little bit more challenging than that. So that is the game plan for this cut, my first official cut. And if you guys have any additional questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to address them for you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That's pretty awesome. Please give this video a like if it helped you or if you enjoyed it. That really does help me out a lot, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time.